familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I am doing my ranking for the last 2 months palettes that I have used. That was so twisted and did not make any sense to me. These are the palettes that I've been using for the last 2 months that I have used at least 85%, 90% of the palette in my daily use, more than a few times, obviously. And I'm here to share with you guys where they stand, how I feel about them, so on and so forth. So if that is something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of project pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now let's get on with the ranking. All right, you guys, so this round, this is for the month of July and August. Happy September, you guys. And this month has been my least amount of palettes that I am ranking. I only have 7 palettes this round. If you're new or do not know, for the month of July and August, I wear the least amount of makeup. I'm always outdoors with the kids, hence the reason why I have a really nice tan, because my kids are outdoor kids. Yes, I slap on the SPF and I also reapply, but my pigment, I still get a tan. Literally, I walk out to the mailbox and back and I legit get a tan. I'm outside. I'm always outside and it's very hot and humid and the kids just want to be in their water base, in a lake, at the beach, with a hose, something. So I don't wear a lot of makeup and it's no surprise that I only have 7 palettes to rank this round. Going forward, I'll probably have more because the holiday season, new things are coming out. I am using more makeup now that I am not outdoors as much and I can have the time to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, I just finished filming my Pan Those eyeshadows, so I included the 2 that I rolled out. You guys, this palette that I'm rolling in as number 7, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. It is the Juvia's Place Bronzed Rustic. The reason why this is number 7 and the last one is because somebody had to take the place, but I don't, oh, come in. Go away. But not only that, it's a beautiful palette. I don't mind it. I think it's really nice and it's curated to those that want this type of color story but don't want a huge palette. But it is a palette that is not unique. That's why it's number 7. Not necessarily because I don't like it, not necessarily because I want to declutter it. It is just a palette that is not unique. It's beautiful. I enjoy it personally. I think it's a lot of fun. It's to the point. The quality is really good, but you know, it's the same old warm stuff that we've seen for years on end. So this is number 7. I think this is better quality than other Juvia's Place palettes that they've come out with, but it is the least one out of this round. Number 6 goes to the Smashbox Ablaze. Again, it's because of the color story, not necessarily because of the quality. I think the color story is something that we all have. We've all encountered at one time or another in our lives. We have a few palettes that are like this, and I actually like the color story of this one a little bit more than this one, just because this rose gold took my heart. It took my heart. I love this shadow. It is gorgeous. I think the quality of the mattes in here are really, really good. And it's small enough where it's to the point and I don't have to really think about going a million places with a bunch of browns. I like when browns are like this curated because it's to the point. So it's still a good palette, you guys. If you're interested in these, I think these are really, really good quality. Number 5 goes to, again, ranking this one, the Menagerie Flight Club. The reason why this is on the lower end of it is because it is a purple palette. How many purple palettes can somebody have? Well, according to me, I could have quite a few. This is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I think the quality is amazing. And for it being a purple palette, it does have unique purple shades in it. So I will give it that. But according to the other ones that I've used, I have used this one the least compared to the other ones. This is a beautiful one. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for one purple palette. This is great. And the quality of Menagerie is definitely one of my favorites. So this one is number 5. Number 4 goes to the Colored Raine Cheers to the Beauty palette. Now this one, I only use basically half of the palette when I use this one, but I think the quality is so good with Colored Raine shadows. Now, the last release that they had that I purchased was terrible, but before that, anything else was really, really good. I don't know if they've changed their formula going forward. I don't know. Somebody let me know if you bought anything recently, but the quality of their older palettes are so, so good. This is beautiful. I love that you're getting cool and warm tones in here. The metallics are so good, and the mattes. I love these mattes. These are so good. So I had fun with this one. It brought me outside my box, but again, I only use like half of it. I only use like this end of it, and this end I did not really touch. And this is a highlighter, so I didn't really count that in here. But this one I would rank as number 4 because the quality is very good, and I like the cool and warm tones in here. Now we're on for the top 3, and this was very difficult for me, but I think I narrowed it down. So for the number 3 spot, you guys, this palette I've been using for the last 3 months. 3 months on and off. This is the Little Lady palette. Yes, this is a different palette. I have explained multiple times why this is called the Little Lady palette. I don't want to get into it again. Somebody in the comment section, if anybody asks, please fill them in if you are aware of it. But this is my Little Lady palette. This is what I call it. This is what it is. The quality of this surprisingly is not bad. I am shocked. I enjoyed this palette. I do like the color story of this. This was a lot of fun this summer. I had a lot of fun. I can wear neutral, like neutral-ish shades in here, but also have pops of color, and the formula is actually pretty good. The pigmentation is actually pretty good. Shocked at how nice this one was. It's a shame that it had to be associated with somebody, but again, because I renamed it for a reason, I feel a lot better and I can use it, and I don't want to depot it because of its history of it, so I want to keep it intact. Otherwise I would have depotted it by now. But this one's number 3 because I genuinely like the formula. Take everything away and just take the eyeshadows for what they were. They're really good. And I love the color story of this palette. It draws me in, and I had so much fun this whole entire summer picking and choosing, pulling things out of here to help me with shadow looks. It's really good. I liked it. Number 2 goes to the Beauty Bay New Romantic palette. You guys, I have fallen in love with Beauty Bay palettes. I am up to the 4th one. I bought the Wilderness palette right before it sold out, so I do have that palette. But this one was my second palette I've tried from Beauty Bay, and this one's beautiful. If you're looking for a red pink palette, this is your girl because she is so saturated. And I love the fact that they threw in these browns in here as well as like this goldish green. You're getting this beautiful fuchsia looking purple. You're getting this like duochrome shade over here. Like you're getting yellows in here. It's not necessarily all pinks and purples, but it's everything is in here that works so nice, and it's warm and it's gorgeous. This is the loud and proud sister, I would say, of the modern Renaissance. The quality, I love Beauty Bay's shimmer formula. I love it. It gives you that punch that you want, that pop that you want. It just stands out and it's beautiful. You can make it subtle by going in lightly, but you can make it what you want when you pop it on your eyes. I'm addicted to these palettes now. Yes, the mattes, some of the mattes are not the best, but I can work with them. I have no problem. I've had worse, and I can make these work. I have no problem with it. They last on my eyes a pretty decent amount of time because the pigmentation, the saturation is there. Pressed pigments last a little bit longer on my eyes because my eyes are very oily. Pressed pigments work the best for my eyes because they really stay put. So this one's my number 2 spot. I think that I'm not somebody who reaches for a lot of mauves, pinks, reds often, but this one caught my eye and I love it. Loved it. And my number 1 spot goes to the Violet Voss See You Later palette. This was gifted to me by my friend Drea for Christmas, and I patiently waited for the summertime to be able to share this palette with you guys. This is such a good palette. If you like the Flamingo palette, you're gonna like this one too. The only shade that I would say was probably the biggest dud, I would say, is like this blue one here and maybe possibly this green one. These 2 mattes right here, and I understand that those mattes are very difficult to formulate. They weren't terrible, but they were a little bit patchy and I had to build them up. But when I built them up, they stayed put. They didn't blend away, which is what I love. You guys, my favorite shades in here, I would say, is Mermaid Tail, For Sure, and I love these names. They're so adorable. I'm sorry. This one right here, the Mermaid Tails right here, and then this one right here, which is For Sure. These are like duochrome. They're different. See how they like have this different shift to them, and on the eyes, they're so amazing. Be Right Back, BRB, is another one that was like a gold green. Oh my gosh. You guys, when the Flamingo palette came out, glitter toppers were not a thing, and a lot of people bashed them because, oh, the formula wasn't that great, they were sheer, but that was what the point of them were. And in here, you're getting those glitter toppers, but you're also getting those saturated metallics in here, and you're getting mattes to go along with it. I did so many different looks with this palette that you couldn't tell that it was the same palette. I enjoyed this palette a ton, even because of that blue and that green down here that gave me a little bit of trouble, but still were workable. I still love this palette. I could not stop using it. It's so pretty. I can wear it very softly and I can make it very loud and proud. I loved it. I loved it. And the actual, look at it. It does look like summer, doesn't it? It's just so beautiful. I really did like this one. It's a shame I didn't see many people use it, talk about it. You guys, it was good. If it's still available, I think that this is a good one. If you like the Flamingo one, you're gonna like this one. And they are different from one another enough to say, because this one I feel like is a lot more bluish green, more deeper tones, and I feel like the Flamingo was a lot lighter. A lot lighter in its color tones. This one's a little bit more deeper. So I had a blast. This one by far was my #1 palette that I loved the whole entire 2 months. Very, very good. Thank you so much, Drea, for gifting this to me because this is awesome. Okay, you guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed my ranking and the swatches of all of these palettes. I hope it helped you guys out. If you are interested in any of these palettes, everything will be linked down below if any of these are still available. Thank you guys so much for watching. In another 2 months, you will see the ranking of the next 2 months worth of palettes, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun and new ones. So that is it. More videos on the screen for you guys. Thank you guys, and I'll see you then. Adios.